Hey guys, welcome to the channel. In this video is my UEFA Champions League predictions match day 5. I want to use this opportunity to say thank you to everyone who has been part of this journey from day 1 up to this point. We have 5k subscribers as of now, and I really want to thank everybody who has been supportive. If I post videos and you guys don't watch, I will not be motivated to come and sit here and do another prediction video, but you guys have always shown me love and I appreciate that. So going to this Champions League match day 5, I want to say thank you to everyone because there are even some crucial games coming up and I can't wait to give my thoughts. For example, Chelsea hosting Barcelona at the Stamford Bridge. I mean, there are some tough games coming up. Arsenal also playing Bayern Munich. It's so crucial that I can't wait to give my opinion on those games. So without wasting much of your time, let's get started. Yeah, so starting off the UEFA Champions League match day 5 prediction in Netherlands is between Ajax versus Benfica. This is going to be a very crucial and very important game coming up in match day 5. These are two teams who have played 4 games in this year's UEFA Champions League phase without winning or even securing even a single point. Both teams have 0 points, but Ajax has minus 13 goals. Benfica has minus 6 goals. Ajax is now 36th on the league table. Benfica is also 35th on the league table. Going into this game, I'm tipping Ajax to at least get a draw against Benfica because both teams are not performing and it is what it is. I'm predicting this game to end in a 2-2 draw. Ajax 2, Benfica 2. Moving on to the next game in Turkey is between Galatasaray versus Union SG. This is going to be a very important game coming up in match day 5. Galatasaray hosting Union SG from Belgium in Turkey. This game coming up, looking at Galatasaray, they are 9th on the league phase table with 9 points plus of 2 goals. Talking about Union SG, they are also 28th on the league phase table with 3 points minus of 8 goals assistance in match day 4. Going to this game at Galatasaray home in Turkey, what do I think is going to happen? I know this game Victor Osimhen will be out and he cannot play this game because of injury. I think still Galatasaray have the team, have the squad to get win over Union SG. My prediction for this game is going to be a 3-1 victory for Galatasaray. Galatasaray 3, Union SG 1. Moving on to the game of the week in the UEFA Champions League match day 5, the most anticipated, the most looking out for game in this year's UEFA Champions League season is between Chelsea versus Barcelona. This is a game that people have been rooting for since the start of the draw of this year UEFA Champions League campaign. And well, in game week 5, this game is coming up at the Stamford Bridge. Talking about Chelsea in their last 4 games that they've played in this year UEFA Champions League, they have 7 points plus of 3 goals. Talking about Barcelona, they also have 7 points plus of 5 goals. Barcelona is now 11th on the league phase table and Chelsea is also now 12th on the league phase table. So both teams have similar points on the league phase table. Just 2 goals different between Barcelona and Chelsea in the UEFA Champions League phase table. Going into this game at the Stamford Bridge is going to be a crucial game. I know Barcelona, they have recovered some of the players that went on injury with the likes of Rafinha. They are all back, but I know Pedri is going to miss this game. Talking about Chelsea too with injury crisis, Cole Palmer, who we were expecting to play this game, also just got a setback, a toe injury, which I think he may not be able to play this game against Barcelona. But well, I think Chelsea still have the squad because since the start of the season, Palmer has not even played so many games for Chelsea. But well, they are doing well in the UEFA Champions League with 7 points out of the 4 games that they've played, and it is what it is. Going into this game, what do I think is going to happen? Can Chelsea win against Barcelona? Barcelona also beat Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge. This is a very tricky and a very twisted game. Who team that will get the day is going to take a win, but because Chelsea is playing home, I think I have to give Chelsea advantage to win over Barcelona. My prediction for this game is going to be a 2-1 narrow win for Chelsea. Chelsea 2, Barcelona 1. Oh yes, moving on to the next game in England is between Manchester City versus Bayern Leverkusen. This is going to be a very interesting game coming up in the UEFA Champions League match day 5. Talking about Manchester City, they are now 4th on the league phase table with 10 points plus of 7 goals. Talking about Bayern Leverkusen, they are also 21st on the league phase table with 5 points minus of 4 goals. Going into this game at the Etihad Stadium in Champions League match day 5, what do I think is going to happen between Manchester City and Bayern Leverkusen? At this point, because of the rate how Haaland is scoring goal each and every game week, I think he's going to score more goals in this game against Leverkusen. My score prediction in this game is going to be a 3-0 victory for Manchester City. Manchester City 3, Bayer Leverkusen 0. Yes, moving on to the next game in Germany is between Borussia Dortmund versus Villarreal. This is going to be a very important game coming up in match day 5. Borussia Dortmund hosting Villarreal from Spain. This is going to be a crucial game because looking at the standing as it stands in match day 4, Borussia Dortmund at the point they are now 14th on the league phase table with 7 points plus of 4 goals. Talking about Villarreal, they are also 32nd on the league phase table with just 1 point minus of 4 goals. What do I think is going to happen in Germany? Borussia Dortmund hosting Villarreal. Well, at this point, I'm predicting Dortmund to get a victory over Villarreal. My prediction is going to be a 2-0 victory over Villarreal. Borussia Dortmund 2, Villarreal 0. Yes, moving on to the next game is between Bodo Glimt versus Juventus. This is going to be a very important game coming up in match day 5. Bodo Glimt will be hosting Juventus in the UEFA Champions League match day 5. What do I think is going to happen? Looking at the standing as it stands in match day 4, Juventus at the moment are 26th on the league phase table with 3 points minus of 1 goal. Talking about Bodo Glimt, they are also 29th on the league phase table with just 2 points minus of 3 goals going into this game week 5 in the UEFA Champions League. What is my score prediction going to this game? Well, I'm predicting Juventus to get a victory over Bodo Glimt. My prediction is going to be a 3-1 victory for Juventus. Juventus 3, Bodo Glimt 1. Moving on to the next game in Italy is between Napoli versus Qarabag coming up in match day 5 in the UEFA Champions League. And going to this game, Napoli is now 24th on the league phase table with just 4 points minus of 5 goals. Talking about Qarabag, they are also now 15th on the league phase table with 7 points plus of 1 goal as it stands in match day 4. What do I think is going to happen in this game in Italy? My prediction in this game is for Napoli to secure a victory over Qarabag. Despite Qarabag has been impressive and their last game that they played in the UEFA Champions League, they got a 2-2 draw against Chelsea. So I'm tipping Napoli should try their best to win against Qarabag. My prediction for this game is going to be a 2-1 victory for Napoli. Napoli 2, Qarabag 1. Moving on to the next game is between Slavia Praha versus Athletic Club de Bilbao. This match coming on in the UEFA Champions League match day 5. Athletic Club will be going away to play against Slavia Praha. What do I think is going to happen? Looking at both teams on the league phase table, Athletic Club de Bilbao is now 27th on the league phase table with 3 points minus of 5 goals. Talking about Slavia Praha, they are also 30th on the league phase table with 2 points minus of 6 goals as it stands in match day 4 in the UEFA Champions League. What is my score prediction going into this game in match day 5? Well, I'm predicting Athletic Club de Bilbao to get a win over Slavia Praha. My prediction is going to be a 3-2 victory for Athletic Club de Bilbao. Bilbao 3, Slavia Praha 2. Moving on to the next game in France is between Olympique Marseille versus Newcastle United from England. This match coming up in Matchday 5 in the UEFA Champions League. Looking at the standings as it stands in Matchday 4, Olympique Marseille at the moment, they are now 25th on the league phase table with just 3 points plus of 1 goal. Talking about Newcastle United on the league phase table, is also sit on the league phase table with 9 points plus of 8 goals as it stands in Matchday 4 in the UEFA Champions League. What is my score prediction going to this game in France? Well, I'm tipping Newcastle United to go and get a win over Olympique Marseille in the Matchday 5. My prediction is going to be a 2-1 victory for Newcastle United. Newcastle United 2, Olympique Marseille 1. Moving on to the 10th game of this game week is between Pafos versus AS Monaco. This match coming up in Matchday 5 in the UEFA Champions League. Pafos will be hosting Monaco. What do I think is going to happen? These are both teams looking at the standings. Monaco at the moment, they are 20th on the league phase table with 5 points minus of 3 goals. Talking about Pafos, they are also 19th on the league table with 5 points minus of 2 goals. What do I think is going to happen in this game? Both teams so far have been brilliant in the UEFA Champions League, and well, I'm predicting this game to end in a draw. My score prediction for this game is going to be a Pafos 2, AS Monaco 2. Moving on to the next game is between Copenhagen versus Kairat. These are two teams struggling at the bottom part of the league phase table. Right now, as it stands, looking at the standing, Copenhagen has 1 point minus of 8 goals as it stands in Matchday 4 in the UEFA Champions League, and they are 33rd on the league phase table. Talking about Kairat, they are also 34th on the league phase table with 1 point minus of 9 goals as it stands in Matchday 4 in the UEFA Champions League. What do I think is going to happen in Matchday 5? Copenhagen hosting Kairat. Well, at this point, I'm predicting Copenhagen to get a win over Kairat. I'm giving them the home advantage. My prediction for this game is going to be a 2-0 victory for Copenhagen. Copenhagen 2, Kairat 0. Moving on to the next game in France is between Paris Saint-Germain versus Tottenham Hotspur. This is one of the most interesting games coming up in Matchday 5 in the UEFA Champions League. PSG hosting Tottenham Hotspur in France. What do I think is going to happen? Right now, looking at the standings, PSG is now 5th on the league phase table with 9 points plus of 9 goals. Talking about Tottenham Hotspur, they are also 10th on the league phase table with 8 points plus of 5 goals as it stands in Matchday 4 in the UEFA Champions League. What is my score prediction going into this game in Matchday 5? Well, I'm tipping PSG to get a win over Tottenham Hotspur. My prediction is going to be a 3-1 victory over Tottenham Hotspur. PSG 3, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Moving on to the next game is between Olympiacos versus Real Madrid. This game coming up in Matchday 5 in the UEFA Champions League. Olympiacos in Greece will be hosting Real Madrid. Looking at both teams on the league phase table, Real Madrid at the moment, they are 7th on the league phase table with 9 points plus of 6 goals. Talking about Olympiacos, they are also 31st on the league phase table with 2 points minus of 7 goals. What is my score predictions going to this game in Matchday 5? Real Madrid will be going to Greece to play Olympiacos. My prediction in this game is a straight win for Real Madrid. My prediction is a 3-1 victory for Real Madrid. Madrid 3, Olympiacos 1. Moving on to one of the most interesting, the most anticipated games coming up in Matchday 5 in this midweek UEFA Champions League game is between Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. Right now, looking at the standings of the UEFA Champions League, as it stands in Matchday 4, Bayern is on top of the league phase table with 12 points plus of 11 goals. Looking at Arsenal, they are also second on the league phase table with 12 points plus of 11 goals. The difference is that Bayern has scored more goals, but they've conceded, and Arsenal haven't conceded yet. They've scored 11 goals and they've not conceded. That's why Bayern rather is on top. But well, both teams has 100% record going into this game. Who is going to draw points? Who is going to win? What do I think is going to happen in Matchday 5 at the Emirates Stadium whilst Arsenal host Bayern Munich? Just recent international break, Arsenal lost Gabriel due to injury, and you may not play. Who this guy has been a key or a very phenomenal player in Arsenal defense. He has been one of the reasons why Arsenal has not been conceding, and I think because they will be missing him, Arsenal is going to concede against Bayern Munich, which Bayern Munich to Hurricane can't stop scoring. And going into this game, Hurricane coming back to England and playing against Arsenal is going to be a very crucial game. What is my score prediction? I'm tipping Bayern Munich to get a 2-1 victory over Arsenal. Bayern 2, Arsenal 1. I will not be shocked if this game ends in a 0-0 draw or even possibly 1-1 draw. Moving on to the next game in England is between Liverpool versus PSV from Netherlands. Going to this game in Matchday 5 in the UEFA Champions League, Liverpool will be hosting PSG. So far, they've not been on form like they were last season as are now last season league phase table. But well, so far they are 8th on the league phase table with 9 points plus of 5 goals. Talking about PSG, they are also 18th on the league phase table with 5 points minus of 3 goals going to this game against Liverpool at the Anfield. What is my score prediction? Well, I'm tipping Liverpool to get a win over PSV. My prediction is going to be a 3-0 victory for Liverpool. Liverpool 3, PSV 0. Moving on to the next game in Spain is between Atletico Madrid versus Inter Milan. This is going to be a very interesting game coming up in Matchday 5. Inter Milan going to Spain to play against Atletico Madrid. Right now, looking at Inter Milan, are one of the few teams with 100% records in this season league phase table. They have 12 points plus of 10 goals, not conceded a single goal in this year's UEFA Champions League. Going into this game against Atletico Madrid team, who is also now 17th on the league phase table with 6 points plus of 1 goal. What do I think is going to happen in this game in Spain? Atletico Madrid hosting Inter Milan. Well, that's why it's going to be a very controversial and a very difficult game. I'm predicting Atletico Madrid to secure a win against Inter Milan. My score prediction is going to be a 2-1 narrow win for Atletico Madrid. Madrid 2, Inter Milan 1. Then on to the next game in Game Week 5 in Germany is between Frankfurt versus Atalanta from Italy. This is going to be a very interesting game coming up in Matchday 5. Frankfurt hosting Atalanta. Looking at the standing at the moment, Atalanta is now 16th on the league phase table with 7 points minus of 2 goals. Talking about Frankfurt, they are also 23rd on the league phase table with just 4 points minus of 4 goals as it stands in Matchday 4. What do I think is going to happen in Germany? Frankfurt hosting Atalanta. Well, I'm predicting this game to end in a draw. My prediction is a 2-2 draw. Frankfurt 2, Atalanta 2. Moving on to the next game, or the last game in this midweek UEFA Champions League game, is between Sporting CP from Portugal versus Club Brugge from Belgium. This is going to be a very difficult game coming up in Matchday 5. Sporting CP hosting Club Brugge. What do I think is going to happen? Looking at the standings, Sporting CP is now 13th on the league phase table with 7 points plus of 3 goals. Talking about Club Brugge, they are also 22nd on the league phase table with 4 points minus of 2 goals. What is my score prediction going into this game in Matchday 5? Well, I'm predicting Sporting CP to get a win over Club Brugge. My prediction is a 3-1 victory for Sporting CP. Sporting CP 3, Club Brugge 1. So yes, this has been my prediction for UEFA Champions League Matchday 5. Let me know what you think. Let me know your predictions and your thoughts at the comment section. My name happens to be Andy Final, and if you're new here, subscribe to the channel, like this video. Thanks for watching this video to this point, and thank you for subscribing. 5K subscribers is not an easy task, and I really appreciate you all for the journey, for the support, for everything. Till we meet in another video. Bye bye for now.